What we're seeing behind me is the final product, and this is where our passion lies. This is where all the creativity, all the hard work, and everything comes to fruition. We wanted to have the log and the stone, but on the inside we wanted to have all the modern amenities that we could have. What we've done here is we've taken a really neat floor plan and turned that 16 by 22 two-story pioneer homestead into 2,000 square feet of living space. The stone itself has been quarried from here locally in southern West Virginia. It's a hand-cut stone, and each piece has been scribed to fit. It has mortar on the back to hold it, although it gives it more of a dry stack look. We're standing on the porch of the cabin, which is turned out to be one of our favorite parts of the whole building. The soffits are made out of barnwood, so you don't see any new lumber. We tried not to see any cuts. The other thing we really like about this porch is the fact that we used one solid top plate beam. It's one piece, one continuous piece going across, and we did a mortise and tenon joinery there, and that porch is held together with wooden dowels. When we were trying to see how we were going to fit the windows in and how we were going to keep it rustic and in line with the cabin, we went with a real simple barnwood trim here. When we do windows and doors in an old log cabin, one of the tricks is to keep the consistency with the logs and with the frames. So what we've done here is a real simple barnwood frame. We've used some hand-cut nails. On the inside, we have built a fireplace with a really neat arch in it. This was not part of the original house, but what we wanted to do is keep the same consistent stonework outside and bring it in. This is an old tumbled stone look that still has a little bit of a texture, but what we didn't want to do is bring up a really tall hearth and take away from the fact that this is what you would have found in an early American home. We're standing in the center of the cabin, which was originally a two-story cabin. What we tried to do was to raise the first floor height of this cabin. We wanted to have at least an 8.5-foot ceiling down here, which we accomplished. Now what I want to do is show you the kitchen. In maintaining the character of the log cabin, you have to be careful in how you make that transition away from something that is an antique into a more modern, functional kitchen. This is the exterior side of the log cabin that we were just in, and it flows into this room because we have some overhead decorative beams, and then we're keeping with some rustic cabinets, utilizing the same floorboards that are in the log cabin portion. What we feel we're going to accomplish in this particular kitchen is we're going to have a lot of room with some really nice appliances, a really nice oven that'll be built in. There'll be a microwave here. Your typical pioneer kitchen would not have been nearly this nice. What we've managed to do with this particular house in combining the stone with the barnwood with the cabin is to come up with a custom designed house that's 2,000 square feet of heated living space. We really enjoy the restoration process. We've done well over 200 buildings, and I get just as excited driving up to one now as I did 10 years ago when I first discovered my first log house.